Yeah, they're
Good morning, everyone. My name is Wayne. Welcome to another episode of Graybeards. And I know I keep playing my beard. I'm always constantly doing this, but got my good friend, partner in crime over here, aka Bug.
what's going on, gray beard followers and spectators and
Look at that!
other. I just use that.
Look at that little grays peeking through your beard again. There, I see.
Man, look, it's peaking. It's
Hmm.
it's starring.
Yeah. Let me fix my hat so it's you know s- straight on my head. Because this is about how my March Madness bracket has gone. It started out like gangbusters and
Yeah, yeah.
spiraling to the bottom of the list.
Man, you were strutting in the beginning.
I never
Like, I'm like,
strutted.
man, who's your
Never
daddy?
strutted. I said from the beginning it was always lucky guesses.
Right. I mean, we know that. I mean, with everybody.
Yeah, yeah. They were all like, "How are you right up there? What are you doing?" I said,
Well,
"Lucky
Marvel.
guesses."
I'm like, his doctrine is dribble, dribble, shoot. It's like that's the most simplistic game, like playing
Yeah,
hopscotch
it
or
is.
something
I
like that.
mean, that's the very basics of basketball, right? But now I watch them playing basketball. They dribble once and then they run across the court. You know,
I've seen
I
some
back
weird
in my
stuff.
day, they would call you for traveling if you took, what was it, two steps? I think you get.
Yeah, yeah. You go 3 steps and you're traveling. You get two
Yeah,
steps.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I
But now they can hop and jump. You get one hop, you get two dribbles, one hop, and then you can jump. So it's basically like four movements before they even call something.
I know it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
Let
don't
them
understand.
play.
I mean, I just don't get it, right? I mean, maybe I to bring basketball to a higher level of excitement, if you will, allow them the players. And I got to change the rule, right? If you change the rule, change the rule.
So we
But if
check the
you,
rules check.
yeah, maybe they were decided the commission for basketball, whatever the ones that make the rules decided that hey, letting these guys do a couple extra little moves, it allows them to do some more,
Yeah, they can do
amazing
more,
dunk.
yeah, more acrobatic stuff.
Yeah,
They
bring
got this
some.
thing called the Euro step. The Euro step.
Is
It's
that what it
almost
is?
like, yeah, I've seen it. I've got this game, it's 2K something. And they got a move called the Euro step. I guess it's kind of like a European thing. I'm guessing, Kyle, you can fill us in. You're the basketball guru out of our group. But yeah, it's a Euro step. I mean, it's basically traveling, but okay.
Yeah, and I get it. If that's the rule, that's the rule. I got it, man. I totally get it because I see it. These guys. I mean, you take Michael Jordan, right? He still took two steps from the top of the key, and he's like
He launched.
launched it, man. You know, and everybody wants, and not everybody's going to be like Michael. And obviously, I mean, he, to me, in my opinion, is the GOAT for.
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely. I think he's the greatest all time. Not only, I mean, he won. I mean, he
He
won like
did,
what, 5 times?
but he was doing things. If you were to ask me in the modern era of basketball, he brought basketball to this level where, say, it was here before.
He did. Yeah, he did. I
Um,
have to give it to him.
and, I mean,
He
some
did.
people may, if you disagree with that, I don't take away from Dr. J or Bird or Magic. Even though I
Mhm.
think Magic played in the era with Jordan,
They crossed paths that
I think
one
so.
was phasing out and one was coming in.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. In popularity, you got Shaq, right? He's a very popular basketball player.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but he couldn't. He always got beat up by his free throws. I guess I don't know. It
Yeah, he was not a great free throw
was,
shooter
yeah, his
at all.
percentage. I mean, he's probably better than. I'm certain he was better than I. So I am not,
And
I have no way,
you
taken
remember
away
that
from.
commercial they made? They gave him some kind of taco and you had to lean to eat it. So they were like, "Oh, we've cured Shaq," because he could make it with his head leaned to the side.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But anyways, I mean, I just back to the March Madness. It's probably the one time I enjoy the competition, right? And the other time I like playing basketball. I'm not very good at it. I tried it as a youngster and was not for me. I was more built for maybe football. Yet I didn't play that at all very long. So
yeah.
um,
The emblem in the background, unfortunate. You can tell by the extreme sadness on my face. They didn't make it to the next round.
yeah, they're well, they made it farther than I predicted or picked that they would. They went run one round farther than I figured they would. So um,
My
good
heart
on
is
them.
broken.
Yeah,
I can barely do this show.
I can imagine us. You know, I know.
Hey, I'm checking out your background, man. Look like
Mm,
a launch pad for some
yeah,
rocket or something.
Elon wants to bring a rocket back here. So
That is massive, man.
yeah, I'm sitting there
What are you
looking
talking
at
about?
the. Don't look at it too closely because you can see all the mistakes. I'm sure. Those are. I'm sure those that have been watching. They'll see all these mistakes in this background here.
I can't tell.
There is
Okay.
a couple. You have to look really hard.
Only
Those.
you can. I mean, look, you're trained to see flaws, okay?
Some days. I don't know if I'm trained
Yeah.
to do it. It's just a natural thing for me. I'm
Yeah.
my own
Oh,
worst crit. I'm my own worst critic, mind you.
yeah, that's a
Um,
good way to put it. I like that.
yeah,
It's an instinct.
yeah.
And that's even better. That shows your character probably get
Mm,
misread because they're like, oh, he's a critic. Look, I'm just trained to see flaws, okay?
yeah. It's just
I like it.
it's just in my DNA. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I can't just look at things face value and go, wow, that's
Yeah.
cool. And I'm like automatically I'm scrutinizing everything, especially my own stuff. I'm like I said, I'm my own worst critic.
It
Um,
looks good to me.
but well, the hardest
Yeah.
part was building it up. It's hard to tell, but back here it
Mhm.
drops off. It drops off probably close to 2 feet. You know,
Wow, 2 feet? That's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Shucks,
That's
man.
how far the back of the trailer there drops off. It just slopes straight down.
It's hard to find good trailer property, man.
I'm telling you, it's like it was like the only lot that was available that you know,
I know, right?
had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's this was each one of these pavers that they're 16
Mm.
by 16. I'm trying to get my thing. They're 16 by 16, right? And each one weighs
Hmm.
38 pounds.
Ooh.
So when
Mm.
you're trying
Mm.
to place those things, my
You better be right.
hands, my wife and I both, Robin, she was very much needed. And we struggled. I'm
Mm.
telling you, man, we struggled at times. You wouldn't think we'd spend 20 minutes trying to get one of them stupid things level and not
Hmm.
crooked. And there's a couple in there that probably behind my head, you probably can't see it, but there's one right in
Yeah.
the middle that was clearly, an eighth of an inch too low in the middle, and it's like, and I was
Yeah. I'm
like,
looking at the lines. They look virtually straight.
they're
The
pretty close.
seams.
The camera angle probably, I'll probably
Hmm.
do is it,
Hmm.
I'm sure there's someone out there, if I told them what I did, they would probably go, oh my God, that thing is, you were, you did it all wrong or whatever.
I don't think nobody can say that.
But
Did it
they,
all wrong. I can't say that.
yeah,
No, it looks
there
good,
is a
man.
string back here, but I think I got dirt. It covered up with the dirt. My leveling string to make sure I was,
Hmm. Yeah.
tight and everything. They're in there. You can see them on the barely, but probably not so much. And maybe someone at the better camera or
Yeah.
monitor could see it. I don't know, but
Hmm.
it is it. This part of it is done. Um, had I had 108 of those, and that where I messed up was the center should have been. I centered it in the center. Let's say this is the center one. I
That's
should
right.
have
Yeah.
moved it. I should have moved it over one over to this. Say center is right here. I should have
Hmm.
put the corner of this block here and went all the way across, and it would
Hmm.
have worked out fine. But the man upstairs said, "Hey, dumbass, we're gonna I'm gonna make you do this wrong so you can do it right." And I know,
He
and
humbled you a little bit.
hmm?
He humbled you a little bit, the man upstairs.
Right. Well, what it is if I hadn't made this error, it
Right.
wouldn't have allowed me to put a locking border around the edge.
True. Ain't that
So
something?
it
Even
is,
even in your era, it was right.
yeah,
You know what
it
I'm
actually
saying?
it is right because I had not thought about certain things, right? So that's the only thing I could come up with is the man upstairs was looking out for me and I
Man,
didn't
hey, that's
realize it,
awesome.
you know.
That reminds me of the character. We attribute this character to Bob, the architect. I think it
Mhm.
might be you. You might be the architect.
Yeah, well, it's like you think you're doing something right. It's like I'm putting this down. This is going to be center. I'm going to go straight out. I'm going straight out that way. It's going to be nice and straight and square. And I took a lot of care to try to make it as square as possible. Now, keep in mind these are not perfect, right? Their top is this top is not a flat. It's kind of rough. You can see maybe right
Mhm.
in here. God, this is tough to figure. Those little bumps,
You're part of it. Yeah, you good. But
Yeah, so it
yeah.
is. I mean, I've done smaller things, like nothing big like this. And
Mhm. Yeah.
would I do it again? Probably not. I know
Now you
more
said,
now. I know more now, but it was a lot of work and a lot of weekends. Obviously can't do it in the rain. And it seemed like every day that I had a chance to do it for like last 2 months or whatever, it's been raining, right? So
yeah,
delayed, delayed, delayed,
yeah.
delayed. And but yeah, that I'll be glad when this is done, finished. But I will save what I'm going to do on the borders, and then let the critics, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
let the
We'll
let
see
the
what it look like. I'm
let
sure
the
it's gonna be
critic
good.
let the critics flow. But yeah, and then we gotta put the polymetric sand in here. We're got to get the right color. I want to put a
Hmm.
dark um,
Hmm.
in the like in these grooves and then these grooves
Yeah.
along here. Um,
Right.
and you
Gotcha.
gotta you gotta vibrate it in. I don't have a one of those vibrating machines. I might be able to rent one at box store
Mm.
somewhere, but
Hmm.
at this point, I don't want to do that because these border ones are very susceptible, especially out here, to
Hmm. Yeah. It could get disjointed or whatever.
yeah and then it'll be like I did
Yeah.
pack the edge back here, the two
Hmm.
foot. Why? God, this thing's messing me up. Um, but now we'll be able to have a little. I got this little barbecue pit right,
Yeah.
right here that'll go out there. Um,
That's funny. Roll guards out.
yeah, it's like, where is this dumb? This is my left hand, but it messes
Yeah.
me up. This is my right
Good.
hand.
Okay. I get it. Like the weather,
Anyway,
man. I got it.
um, but as we get older, this is messing me up. We're talking about getting older. We were talking a couple of things we were just dying at work, and I wrote them down last week that we were
I
going to
don't know if you
talk
can see
about.
that.
Yeah.
Falling asleep with this darn thing
Oh yeah.
in your hand.
Hmm. I was. I've done it many times sitting there. I'll have my phone, which idiot,
Yeah.
this
Put it
thing
in
in
front of
my,
your body. You can see it. Yeah.
yeah, this thing, and you'd be just like,
Yeah.
in the middle of doing something on my phone, and then I'm thinking about what I'm doing on my phone, but I'm fast asleep or half asleep, I guess. Is that even a thing? Half asleep? I'll be laying here,
Yeah.
like sitting in this recliner,
I think
and
half
then be
asleep
aware
meaning,
of everything going on. I'll have YouTube on the TV or something. The wife will be talking to me, and I'll be like, eyes
yeah.
closed, trying to get
Yeah.
some
This is
kind
such a
of,
thing.
yeah. Everybody does
Oh,
it, and then one of our loyal listeners, Kyle, bless his heart.
bless his heart.
The southern thing to
My
say.
man.
It's something they say down here in the south. And bless his heart.
Bless his heart. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? It seems sincere,
hmm
but in a way, it's kind of
Yeah,
like a backhand slap.
it's like bless her heart.
Bless his heart.
They
He got,
basically, yeah, it's like basically saying they just don't know any better, right?
yeah. Man,
And
he
he was
should be
telling,
on the
yeah,
short bus.
yeah, he was telling us that he was sitting there in his chair, falling asleep, and he had a beer in his hand, and it was when he fell asleep, it ended up pouring it all in his lap.
I was thinking that his wife kind of tilted the can a little bit, like, you're almost there, baby. She
Yeah,
walked in and just
it was.
pushed it
He was.
over.
There was something he did mention something about his wife. I don't
Some of his
remember. I
wife
don't.
did.
I don't know what she or
That's
he
cool,
did,
man. When your
but
wife can pour beer on you while you're sleeping, good.
yeah,
It's a good woman right there.
yeah.
I
He was.
think he'd be married
He
a lot.
finished. He texted me. Well, I think he texted the group yesterday. Uh, that he finished cutting all the trees down he wanted to cut
Yeah,
yesterday. Good for him.
yeah.
I'm glad. He called me one day. He had one that was a wind blowing over, and he was like, "How do I cut this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm not a
Mhm.
lumberjack." You know. So we ended up watching a few videos. There's a guy I've watched, super nice guy, um, Billy something. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. It's Billy something, but anyways, super nice guy, very very friendly guy, very knowledgeable and cutting trees down. But he's out on the left coast out there, and he did some pretty amazing chainsaw videos and stuff. If you ever want to look, wish I could remember his name, Billy something. Anyways,
Yeah. Let's call him Billy Idol.
yeah, it is like
Nice
something
day
Billy.
for white wedding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was
But
us back in the day.
but
But
it's been kind of an interesting. What do you think about talking about the week? Let's do a kind of a quick week news. Uh, the
yeah,
signal, and they went the left went crazy because they supposedly gave out stuff, war plans or mission plans or
yeah,
something.
yeah. They said it was
What do you
yeah.
think about that?
Well,
I know
it's
you
just
and Carl
one.
were talking about it more than I was. I was aware of it, but I didn't have any details of the
Yeah,
actual.
for me, the one clip that I saw, there was the troops weren't exposed, right? They didn't know when, where, how. That was my thing. That's what I heard Vance say. And
Mhm.
he was like, it didn't tell. Um, I think they know who, but they didn't know when, where, and all that kind of stuff. I think the Houthis are doing something, launching missiles at our ships out there in the Persian Gulf. I believe that's where they're at.
Yeah,
Not our military ship, but just trade vessel type stuff. So it was like, hey, we need to take these dudes out. We need to stop that. But from what I saw, it wasn't that big of a deal. But the Democrats just, hey, this is an opportunity to get back at you guys for what you did to Hillary Clinton and all the other individuals that has
Well,
put
they yeah
classified information where it shouldn't be.
they were criticizing, hey, you guys aren't perfect either. Well, it's kind of like
Yep.
nana nana boo
Now,
boo. We caught
yeah,
you.
yeah, you're human, it's like us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was to me, it was just it wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on the same level, but not being biased, it just seemed like it just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? If it was, I would have said it. I'm like, yeah, you get touche, good point.
Yeah, they
But
could have
but
done a
yeah.
lot. They could do a lot different. Um,
Mhm.
but what gets me is right, this Signal app or whatever
Mhm.
it is, these messaging app. It's like I want to say it's similar to like WhatsApp or whatever. Why are they
Mhm.
even using that, right?
I don't
I
know.
don't
I mean,
understand.
new technology, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, new, faster way. Trump, it's just staff can get on there and text classified stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, it's not
You know,
classified. It's COUI. You know, if you don't
yeah,
know what COUI, for those listeners that don't know what COUI is, it's um,
it's
critical
unclassified
unclassified information, right?
information. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not classified. We kind of replaced the old FOUO, which is for official use only
Mm-hmm.
um, doctrine that we have, and now now they call it COUI. It's just changed it,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So it wasn't classified, but yeah, I mean, like I say, man, it was just talking trash. But what really got me is the $4.7 trillion that is missing from, they can't account for. I'm like, now that's a big deal. $4.7 trillion. Dude, that's a lot of money.
and
Where
they're
is it?
and the thing that gets me is that some other people were worrying about the price of eggs instead of being all upset because it's not on their team. You know that you're not even concerned that there's that much money unaccounted for. You know, and
Yeah, that's my big
man,
thing.
can you imagine if you look back, even during Trump's time when he was president, before Biden, Trump, Obama, you
Hmm.
look over, when we were seeing that debt just keep stacking on there, right?
Hmm.
How much of that money went to where'd it go, right? The Pentagon has failed, I don't know how many audits because they can't find money that where it went to.
Well, they lost $2 trillion during 9/11. You know what I'm saying? Two
Yeah,
trillion dollars was we don't know where it's at. You know,
yeah. And again,
and
that's
that
a go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the terrorists just happened to hit the financial portion of the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't
Well,
find this money.
yeah. Well, the thing that gets me is that is it really money that's missing, or does this? Sure, there wasn't an error in accounting that maybe this 30, almost $37 trillion, right? Is it actually missing? Did we actually spend it, or is it just some way to keep people? You know, does it even? It's just digits. We already talked about what $1 trillion is, right? To fathom
It's
what a
not.
$1 trillion is.
Yeah,
Um, I question: is this even legit? This $1 trillion,
what effect
37
does that
trillion.
national that 36 or 37 trillion? How does it affect Wayne? It's just something. I mean, like on a day-to-day basis, it's just in the recesses of your mind. We got $37 trillion. I mean, I don't see
Well,
it. It doesn't.
it doesn't compute, right? It just don't compute to me. It just
Man,
it's like it doesn't make any sense to me. How can does our politicians, regardless of what side that you are on, if there is such a thing, they're all, how do you go and give money to this disaster relief or this program over in some other country when you can't, it just doesn't, you don't have the money, you know? But look how many
Well,
people,
they say we're borrowing it, right?
well, you look
I
at,
doubt
you
that.
look,
Who has enough money to lend that much? You know what I'm saying? Who can lend us money like that?
yeah, I don't know.
China?
Nobody,
Hey,
nobody.
we're gonna lend you guys $1 trillion.
Yeah. Well, then you 500 billion, no problem. You know,
You
whatever.
know, maybe the Saudis could do
It's just a scam ish,
it.
if you will. I use the term scam because my pea brain can't figure out a different word, right?
Yeah, it's good.
You know,
People can relate.
I mean, obviously there's a part of me that wants them to come back and say, "Oh, we did count. There was an error. We're 10 trillion was not actually, you know, spent. It didn't
Yeah.
even exist. It was a computer glitch, would use that word, you know.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case, but you know, what, what could
Yeah.
it be, when you sit and think about,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, man,
I,
they got this pie chart, man. It's a financial pie chart, and they got a huge swath, and it's called non-discretionary funds. I'm like, well, what the heck? Where does this money come from? Where does this non-discretionary? I mean, that money is it's a big slice of the pie. It's like
yeah,
money for whatever. What the heck? No,
I, it don't make no sense. And then,
we're gonna do a
I
deep
heard,
dive on that.
yeah, I heard on a lot of, what was it, Fannie Willis, which,
Fannie Mae? Oh, you
no,
talking about
that
something?
one prosecutor over in Georgia that was
Oh
Lie.
yeah,
I
I can't
guess
think of
that's
her
big
name.
on the news. I heard yesterday a little bit, real quick, that they were
She's
caught
back.
lying to, they're caught in a lie or whatever. What else did they lie about? I guess their integrity comes into question.
Man,
I get it. She was omitting or lying, whatever, about her relationship with someone,
yeah, this guy. They made a meme about that thing. It was hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah, the judge was asked the guy. He was like, she asked him something really specific. So he took about 2 minutes to just think about it, like, and then over his head was showing all the times that he spent with this lady.
yeah. Who paid for that? Whose money was that?
Yeah, and then
It,
he denied it. Nah, it never happened.
Well, to me,
So,
it's like they got their hand caught in the cookie jar. They were like, they ain't never gonna look at where this money comes from, my expense account or what have you. Um, I just don't get the integrity, right? I don't know how that plays into her doing her job. You know,
it don't. Okay. My thing is, how do you justify this with yourself? I mean, how do you get to the point and say you deserve this money? You know
mm,
what I'm saying? These taxpayer dollars to go on these elaborate vacations with your somebody you ain't supposed to be on vacation with. You know, how do you do that? How do you rationalize that there's some poor mug out there paying taxes and probably about 82 cents of his money
yeah,
is buying these lavish dinners and stuff like that. How do you do it? You know, how do you just reconcile that? I guess you have to reconcile it by saying, I'm underpaid. You know what I'm saying? They ain't paying me enough for what all I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take some money. I'm gonna take mine.
but that's a problem, I think, across the America in a way is people they don't really care. There's people carrying 20, 30, maybe more thousands of dollars in credit card debt.
That's true. That's true.
right. And they go, well, I had to have this. I had to buy this. I had to, subsidize, pay my rent or what have you. And I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe you're living beyond your freaking means, you know.
Man, we
Uh, you, you know what I
an
mean? It's
environment
like,
an environment for that type of thinking has been created, through
hmm
social media and stuff like that. So, like we talked about one of our earlier shows, no, it's not need-based buying. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That was
want.
like the new need is that, hey man, I need to be relevant. I need this stuff for my status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it is, man. That was
Well,
like bump.
the American dream, right? The house in suburbia, three bed. That I mean, I like to think I live in a modest house, but to someone else, it's pretty elaborate. Um,
Yeah,
I mean, I got the wheels were removed. It's up on blocks. It looks real nice. You know, it.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
all like, "Oh, I want what that guy's got," or you
Exactly.
know,
And the younger people want it. See some older cats like you and I talking about our mobile homes, our double wides,
mm,
and they think we should have that. Like, dude, you know how long it took to get this double wide trailer?
mm,
It took 20
40 years
years
for
of
me.
military,
Over
20
40
years of
years for
military.
me,
Yeah, 40 years for me to get
yeah,
to this point.
yeah,
They want it now.
yeah, you're absolutely
They
right.
think
And
they
that's,
deserve it now.
yeah. Um, it, and then they want to blame the cost of housing and what it costs to buy a house. And, I've looked online at houses, it's, you can buy some decent affordable housing, but it's not where they live, right?
Yeah.
They want to live down in, Palm Beach or, in Miami
Man,
where, and I don't blame them, but if you can't afford to live there, then you shouldn't probably be living there.
that senior airman, that E4, wants to be living like you.
Hmm
And he or she thinks they should.
Yeah, that 20 something or early 30s,
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie,
22.
I had pretty good, I thought I was doing real well. I had a house that didn't cost, both my houses that I had bought at young were under $100,000. And to me at the time, they were the first house I bought was in the 80 some thousand. I think it was
hmm
83 or 80 around 83,000. First house I bought. It was a modest 3 bedroom little home.
hmm
And I was like, man, I'm on the edge, financially trying to afford this house, but I wasn't, but
hmm
to me I was,
By your standard, you probably
yeah,
was. You know what
yeah,
I'm
I was like,
saying?
I only didn't live in it very long. I ended up getting shipped overseas and, but in
hmm
my previous house to this one, um, we lived in it for 20 some years, you know,
hmm
and then
Yeah.
we sold it and found this place. And,
hmm
but
Yeah. That's what's up. Hey man. Hey, you got smart with your money and it's paying off, you know? Hey, you
yeah,
were able to you might even pay that suck off. I don't know if that's one of your goals or not. I don't know if you
yeah,
want to
it
just
is.
enjoy it for a little bit and sell it.
I don't
Make
know
a
what I'm
mint.
gonna. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows what the man upstairs has in store for me?
hmm
We're not promised tomorrow, so live for
Facts.
the. And I think a lot of people are like just living for the now, right? They're living in the now. They don't plan, down the road. They don't see, past the end of their nose sometimes, I think.
Yeah, man. It's just not those things that uh education, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just knowing that it's not being taught like it used to be,
Yeah,
financial planning. Most 98% of people probably are just winging it, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just winging it. There's only a few thousand people that got more than $10,000 in the bank. You know what I'm
It,
saying?
I
There's
remember,
a lot of mugs don't have money in the bank, bro.
yeah, I can remember the first time I had $1,000 in my savings account. I thought I was doing really, really good.
Hmm.
You know, the first time I had saved $1,000. And I
Yeah,
know that people are like, they don't think nothing about spending $1,000.
that's my mortgage.
Yeah, they
I
don't
do it
think
every
nothing about
month.
it. They don't think nothing about it. Man, my car payment's
Yeah,
$1,200 a month. I don't care. What do I care?
go. It's just money. Yeah. So yeah, man. But I tell you what, I was doing some calculation while you was talking about your pavers, right? You said that those pavers weigh 38 pounds,
Mhm.
and you had at least 100 of them.
108.
38, 108. Okay, we're just gonna round it off a little bit.
Yeah.
30. We're just gonna say 4,000 pounds is what you've done with pavers, dude.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the thing,
I think I only put 100 down now, right now.
yeah,
I got extra
that's right.
because of my
Okay.
error in, you know,
Mm-hmm. 3,800
and
pavers.
I had all 108 of them. Again, me failing at math. I had them all in the bed of my pickup truck, all 4,200 pounds of them.
Hey man, the average truck can't do it. Kyle, you
No.
listening?
Yeah. uh,
Focus, Kyle. You heard what he said? It
oh,
was
yeah.
subliminal.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, man. Yeah. So, only that red GMC and the heavy Chevy could do such a task.
That's right.
I've had a pallet aside on my darn truck, man. It dropped it
Mhm.
down some, but I wasn't scrubbing.
Oh, yeah.
But I was saying all that to say this here. I was kind of segue into some stuff. I went to the doctor the other day, and blood pressure is lower than it ever been. And like I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
ever
Yeah.
in the last decade.
Golf clap.
Cholesterol is great. Yeah, everything. So basically, what I'm getting to, health is wealth. I was on the verge of destruction, right? Whoppers, Whopper Juniors, French fries every day. This Wayne could attest to that. And I just like, you know what, dude, you better start doing something. And I did. And so a weight loss thing, I'm slimming up slowly, but my
Yeah.
numbers even better is coming down. So, I'm 60 years old. I feel like I'm 50 years old. So man, health is wealth. I mean, for Wayne to get out there and do 30, the average cat this day can't do that. Deal with all that.
Well, I had to pace myself. So everybody
Yeah,
knows
that's
this
and that's
wasn't in one day. This was accumulation of probably 3 or 4 days of working on that,
yeah.
moving
I
dirt.
saw when you showed it to me, you had like maybe three or four lines going, and then the expanse. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you've been grinding. That's
Yeah.
that's good.
Like I was telling you, there was some pavers will go down quick, and other ones we were waiting like 20 minutes trying to get that sand and level. And my wife, Robin, she without her help, I would have still been struggling. You know.
Hmm. I give a shout out to Robin, man. Robin gave me some health tips, and
Mm.
I've acted upon them a little bit. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
she
Especially when I shop.
she doesn't give
Hmm.
herself enough credit. She's a pretty smart girl.
Yeah, she's helping people.
Yeah.
Probably don't even know how much. Yeah,
Hey,
so I give her some credit
well, we got
to my success.
we got less than a minute, so let's close it out here. I know we were all over the place, everyone. I appreciate it. Down in them comments down there, give us some ideas of what's something you want us to talk about, give our perspective on things. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching and like, subscribe, and sharing if you do. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you. Well, next week might have to do a little different. We'll talk about that offline, but I'll be out next Sunday.
Okay, yeah. Hey guys, appreciate everything. Looking forward to seeing y'all. Take care, Wayne.
Take care. God bless everyone.
God bless.